Welcome down on the field. We're at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. It's a San Diego Sockers match night. And tonight, the first of 4 Southern California derbies in the MASL as the Sockers take on their rival Ontario Fury. Alongside Nate Abarea, Craig Elston here on hand with you. Excited to bring you another Sockers match. And San Diego dropped a shocker against Cal in the home opener last time we spoke to you directly. Big win against Tacoma helped turn things around.
Well, it's time to bounce back at home now. Got business taken care of up in the Pacific Northwest. Now it's time to do it on the home turf. And what better team to do it against than tonight against the rivals from just up the road in Ontario?
Multiple contributors to that win over the Stars, but as Nate and I said on the Sockers Overtime podcast, I think the biggest story was getting their goalkeeper back, Boris Pardo having a Boris Pardo-like performance.
Well, Boris was so good early on last year and had to battle through injury during that playoff run for the Sockers, so to see Boris get back into proper Boris Pardo form, that's the goalie that the Sockers are going to need to make a run to the Ron Newman Cup this year. And hey, it's got to start early in the season, so a big test tonight as an old Sockers goalie is also in the building and anxious to get a win for his team.
And that's, of course, Chris Toth. The Fury have had a lot of changes. We'll detail many of those coming up on the broadcast, but here's a big mainstay who's back. Jermaine Jones, the U.S. men's national team star, 10 goals in 5 games last year. He's back for the full season this year.
And this is star power and quality all rolled into one. It's why you watch. It's why you're tuning in for the game tonight. It's players like this. It's stories like this. And if you're a Sockers fan, it's beating a player like this. It's taking down the mighty Jermaine Jones. So I'm excited to see what he brings tonight, and I'm excited to see what the Sockers can do to contain him.
And it's matches like this that quite often elevate the sport of indoor soccer. We're right back with the starting lineup, some pregame notes, and kickoff on MASL TV. And we welcome you to the broadcast booth from the top row of the north side of Pechanga Arena, San Diego. It's the San Diego Sockers and the Ontario Fury. Very quickly, let's go down to Melissa May.
So the Ontario Fury finished 11-13 last season, just 1 win shy of the postseason. So Fury General Manager Bernie Lillebois was very busy in the offseason, not only re-signing Jermaine Jones, but brought on 3-time league MVP Frank Tayu and some notable free agents, including Justin Stinson from the St. Louis Ambush, Nestor Hernandez from the Dallas Sidekicks, and Joseph Correll from Tacoma. Are all these offensive powerhouses enough to compete with the Sidekicks tonight? Well, we'll see soon enough. Chris, back to you.
Thank you so much, Melissa. Yeah, you got to hustle off the field. We're going to find out, and we mean now. The Sockers are in their home blue, melting into gold on the midriff with yellow socks. They will run right to left across your screens in this opening quarter. The Ontario Fury, red and black, top and bottom with black socks. They're going left to right. Frank Tayu, the three-time MASL MVP, puts the ball in play. We are underway. The first of 4 this year, the Sockers and the Ontario Fury. Every match between these two clubs last year here in San Diego was a 1-goal affair. 2 of them went to overtime. Will we have a night like that tonight? Stay tuned, settle in. Thanks for joining us on MASL TV. Here's Israel Cisse, the official old man of the Fury. We say that admiringly. He is the first ever Ontario player tonight as he touches that ball to play in 100 games for the Fury. Frank Tayu playing in game 1 for the Fury. Bumped and draws the initial whistle as Guerrero Pino went hip to hip with Tayu, and Tayu went down, Nate.
Yeah, anxious to see what happened here. It's kind of a little knee to the side of the hip right there. He'll be right back up and ready to go, but it was a painful one.
And that blocked by Pino off the restart.
It's almost like a little instant karma there for Guerrero Pino. Straight back to you.
Pino and Tayu, watch that matchup.
That's going to be a good one. It's going to be a really good one. And it was almost like they're both leaving to the bench right now, and Pino basically shadowed Tayu over to the bench.
Yep. When you come on, I come on.
That was brilliant.
Expect that tonight. San Diego State product, Debray Holloman forward, and here's Jermaine Jones. Leo marking up on Jones and dispossessing the U.S. men's national team star. Escoto on the carpet. And the first foul called against Jones.
Late challenge actually there from Kyrell, too, at the end. And tell you what, chippy early start to this one.
Bangs to the side. Here's Leo in his first game of the year for the Sockers. Leonardo went for the slow back heel that time. Says that. He says, next one's coming faster. Nestor Hernandez, Dallas sidekicks to Holloman. Holloman off of the wall. Slavisa Ubaparapovic there to settle the ball for San Diego. Pee-wee Ortega to Boris Pardo, and the MASL defending goalkeeper of the year forward to the captain Craig Childs. Childs to Slav. Escoto runs off of Ubaparapovic. Here comes Slav to the middle. His shot punched down by Chris Toth. First shot for either team tonight.
Like the pace, like the drive, like the positioning there for Slav. That's a position right there, kind of central right, cutting back in on that left foot. I like what I'm seeing.
2 minutes off the first quarter clock. No score yet between the Sockers and the Fury. This one in the air. Turned back. Fury maintained possession. Pittman was on the chase. Now it's Justin Stinson, the import from the St. Louis Ambush. Had quite a season last year. Young Stinson did with 20 goals and 11 assists, 31 points in 24 games, just 22 years old. You know, Tayu, Jones, the big veteran names, but Stinson's the kid who could stay a while. Here's Serra. Cesar Serra leads the Sockers in assists with 4 so far this year. Iram Poyol Ruiz. Pardo's ready to distribute. Curves one, headed by Childs across, hustling in Pittman. Ball hops over ex-Socker Juan Tepete. Johnny in the corner. Pittman got a touch. Pittman got another. Coming out is Toth to rake the ball around the boards. Brought down but to the chest of Pittman by Jermaine Jones. They were teammates in Perth, Australia, working for opposite clubs now after playing for Team USA in the WMF World Cup. With the 3rd minute expired, Pino's back on the floor, and guess what? So's Tayu. Coincidence? We think not. Slav. And Israel Cisse had that ball squirt through him, read the play to Childs. Toth digs it out. Tayu, a big man.
Whoa.
Farber flew in, but that ball redirected, and it's Nestor Hernandez finding space to the right wall. He will shoot across! Maicon de Abreu had Primero on his toe and shot that one into the upper netting.
Oh, my. And looking up to the rafters saying, how on earth did I miss? Had better odds of putting that one home than putting it over the top, but just couldn't stay over the top of it. The Sockers counting their lucky stars that they're not down 1-0 right now.
One thing we haven't mentioned yet tonight, Nate, is that tonight is the Sockers' first charity sock toss. So when San Diego scores their first goal tonight, fans will be throwing new socks and underwear down on the field to be collected by the San Diego Rescue Mission and donated to area homeless. So keep an eye on that, and there's just a little added pressure to what's always important first goal. Here's Escoto! One-handed it saved Toth to deny him the first goal. And then Leo was trying for an over-the-hip shot. The whistle sounds, the foul is on San Diego.
I think Leo was just kind of waiting for Slav to move out of the way right there, and Slav might have been waiting for the same from Leo, and they both kind of got stuck in two minds there.
Here's a well-read pass stolen by Pee Wee. Leo has space. Leo on left wing. The ex-Fury traded for the man he's trying to beat, Chris Toth. Escoto on right wing. First team All-MASL last season. Tripped up, stolen, they say cleanly.
That's all
by
ball.
Justin Stinson.
That was all ball. Talk about what Stinson's offers going forward. That was just a clean pick, one of the best ball handlers in the MASL.
Cisse on the move. Got past Escoto. Gutierrez on good clinical support.
Good help there. Great help. Good spacing.
Stinson. Give and go with Tayu. Bouncing ball. Tayu settles. Right sole of the foot. Stepping in Pino. The battle continues. And digging it out is Leo. Leo's going to try and chip Toth. Now that worked for Christian Gutierrez in Ontario, but missed by a mile here. And Holloman heads the ball back to Toth.
Oh, what a great moment that was. Never get tired of watching that one.
One of the goals of the year for sure. It's in the MASL's intro video you saw at the top of the broadcast. Oh, a ball spring free. It's Tayu. Recovery defense by Slav.
Love it.
Uba Peripovic got the toe down right at the nick of time. And the Sockers able to escape. 9:33 left in the first quarter. Now over 5 minutes completed. No score yet. First shift for Cesar Romero, the Chula Vista pride. Ooh. And an easy foul to call against Jones. Roughing up Serta down on the wall. Romero had a very good week of training.
Romero had a very good warm-up session before this game. I was watching actually the last one staying out there for the Sockers, and he's getting it down. Telling you, the nuances of the arena game, it can take a little while. You see him get dispossessed there, but once this guy gets a little space and gets the spacing down of this indoor game, the final product is there. The shot and final third distribution is there. Make no mistake about it.
Toth bends this one and got an unlucky hop. Thought he was going to find Jones on the side glass.
Loved watching Jones and Serta there, Craig, a few minutes ago, or a minute and a half ago after that foul against Jones, getting up John with one another, and both with a bright smile on their respective faces.
Escoto fights through the tackle. Here he comes, Brandon Escoto. And meanwhile, De Abreu is down behind the play, the man who was harassing Escoto. And we'll see if he caught one up high. Jones says, keep an eye, that should have been an elbow call. Shane Butler and Josh Wilkins are the referees on the floor tonight. Arnold Baldo and Brian Elliott, the officials in the box. And the athletic trainer, Jennifer Hawk of the Ontario Fury, taking a look. Chris Toth is over, arguing the call or lack thereof.
And that was right in front of the Ontario bench. So obviously opinions tend to be ones that back their own teammates, but they may have had a better view or as good of a view as any official. That was right in front of the Ontario bench, and you see Mike on De Abreu, a little bit of blood might have been drawn from that. That was, whether inadvertent or not, certainly one that did a little bit of damage.
Unquestionably, De Abreu needed to have assistance, and we'll see how that impacts. It looks like he might be okay. And we'll get things started again. And play had continued because the Sockers had a clear scoring chance. Jumping in front was Aguirre. Got pushed a little bit by Jones. Ball out of play. And it'll be Ontario's ball.
Diego Arriaga might be the second string goalkeeper for the San Diego Sockers, but he's certainly getting as involved as he possibly can from the Sockers bench there.
McNeely's shot.
Serious chirping early on in this game from both sides.
Here's Jones targeting up. 3 Sockers collapsed on the national team star. Cisse drags it back to Chris Toth. A lot of folks were saying to me in warm-ups this evening, Nate, hey, Jermaine Jones didn't come. And I said, no, he's right there. I said, no, I don't see him. I said, well, stop looking for the dreads. Jermaine cut the dreads off. That's different from when we saw him last on November 10th in their lone preseason game. Now, poor distribution, giveaway. Stinson punched down by Pardo.
Big save.
Atoning for his sin.
Big save.
Boris was caught on an island, and as you like to say, Nate, and appropriately so, caught of two minds right there, and wound up giving the ball away to Stinson for a dangerous shot. 7 minutes done, 8 remaining in the first quarter. It's been physical so far, no scoring. Aguirre and Jones leaning on each other, foul call. Aguirre says he's grabbing me. Jerry Moraine says he's grabbing me. Back to Nestor Hernandez. We're really seeing both clubs taking it to one another in the early going, in the grappling department. So Pete just signed this week off the street. Jones posts up. Aguirre right there with him. Got the boot in. Flicked the ball out. Holloman able to settle it back for the visitors from the Inland Empire. Brian Farber out there wearing one of the captain's armbands tonight along with Craig Giles. The traditional Sockers leadership for 11 and 10 years running. Toth was their teammate for many of his formative years. Charlie Gonzalez. Stolen. It's Leo. Leo had to settle the ball, and in doing so, De Abreu was able to come from behind and take it away. Under 7 to play now in a scoreless first quarter is Frank Taiu. Taiu on the floor again, and this time the foul's called, it looks like, on Frank.
This is going to be on Pino, I think.
Is it? Well, they pointed the other direction.
Oh, wow. I think Taiu the entire time thought that the foul was on Pino, and now he's getting the news saying, me? Well, I got to say,
that was an embellishment warning on Taiu. He got nicked for a dive.
I think that's a wee bit harsh, to be honest. I think Pino may have just quite simply committed a foul there. And a little push in the back. And you see Taiu still pleading his case, saying, me? Me? How?
Charlie Gonzalez, good job to run down that play and defuse it. Floor's kind of spread out right now, and Taiu's fired up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Frank is really tired of getting touched right now.
I mean, and the notion of getting an embellishment warning from that one prior, not just a no call, but accusing him of a dive.
Frank's running in the red, and look out, because that's when he plays his best.
Oh, yeah.
Serta. Here comes the pressure. Pardo punts it. McNeely settles it back.
It's almost a guy where you want to be really nice to him and almost let him score a goal in the first quarter, you know? And then maybe it'll wind down by the end. Exactly,
relax.
No, you get him angry.
That one's out of play. A poor distribution by Kyrell. It will lead to the game's first timeout. With 5:47 left to play, no score between the Sockers and the Ontario Fury. And you know, Nate, we want to see all of our great families and friends coming on out to enjoy one of the most affordable sports entertainment experiences in San Diego. Coming to a San Diego Sockers match. Parking is free every single game. And enjoy the family 4-pack. Bring your family to any Sockers home game this season. Get 4 corner loge seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, all for just $79. And with that free parking, there's plenty of money left over for a trip to the merchandise stand. To get your family 4-pack for our next match, go to Sockers.com or call 866-799-GOAL. That next match, Sunday. Soles de Sonora.
The return of our friends from Hermosillo. I'm excited for that. And the Sockers will see Soles de Sonora twice in a 14-day span, with Soles coming back here to the Grand Old Arena on December the 29th. So that's a matchup. It's a lot of fun. Good to see Soles back in the league, and they'll be right here against the Sockers in a couple of nights. So big weekend for San Diego. A chance to get 2 games, 2 wins in 48 or about 48 hours, 72 hours. I can still do math.
Loving the work done by our TVX video crew down on the floor. You just saw Guerrero Pino there out of the timeout wanting to plead his case, and the first official ignored him. There's the second who couldn't get out of the way. Also, you see on the bench a new ad for the Ontario Fury, and that's assistant coach LeBaron Holloman, father of Debray.
I like Slav and Jermaine Jones sharing a conversation right now. Talk about that mini football World Cup, tying that back together.
Yep, guys who get to know each other over a 2-week stint. That's how friendships are forged. And for Jones, he was teammates with 5 different San Diego Sockers for 2 weeks. Of course, Israel Cisse, Frank Taiu, and Uzi Taiu representing the Fury at the WMF World Cup.
There's some great comic book character energy.
Giles goes for the header shot. Toth first boxed it around.
Well, unorthodox, but one way to do it, I suppose. Whether it's the two men you saw right there, Childs and Toth, or it's the fouls committed down here.
And Hernandez, the foul on Pittman, who had stepped in nicely.
Frank and Uzi Tayu, Jermaine Jones. I mean, there's some solid star power.
Here's Piffer on the run. Piffer off the wall. Toth will pin it to the wall.
Seems to be the theme here.
Forward for Jones. Jermaine.
Lovely.
Little side flick. It's Hernandez brought in. Shot wide. McNeely will try. That one settled down by Slav. Pardo can fire it out. Trying for the counter. DeBray Holloman right on Craig Childs. So it's back to Pee Wee. Under 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. No score yet.
Like building for the sock toss.
Here's Farber. Turns. Tries to cut it through. Turning is Gutierrez. Well done on the toe poke out by McNeely. Counterattack is on. Stinson, lovely spin. Justin Stinson has options. It's Jones, always a good choice. Stepping through was Farber. Good disruptive defense. Piffer was there as well. Tepete with 4:10 left in the first. Holloman finding Johnny Tepete. Juan Carlos Gonzalez, they call him Charlie. Jones got muscled off the ball. Well done by Christian Gutierrez. Now Leo draws the double team, does Leo things and gets out of it. And that allows Pee Wee to chip one. However, he was on the wrong side of the red line and that bent right past our TVX camera position. This will be a top of the arc free kick. First set piece of the night. And it'll go to Ontario. So after some clever play by Leo, just a missed kick by Pee Wee.
I'd like to know what Frank Tayu just ran over and said into the ear discreetly of Jermaine Jones. I guess we'll find out here.
But the play will go the other direction. And McNeely's shot was blocked up.
That is not what I would have guessed was said there.
Chill, Jermaine. We'll see you next play. Now it's Charlie. Open try. Shot and a kick save.
Just surprised that neither of them got it on that first try, and then I guess worked to Jones on the second one.
Frank Tayu's going to make sure he throws his weight around the rest of this match. You can be guaranteed of that. 3.5 to play in the first quarter, no score. Cerda, good pressure by Joseph Kyrell. The middle was open for a moment, but not any longer. Romero was camped out deep, and De Abreu took it away. Toth now to Kyrell. Tayu's got Pino on him. Pino reads this play. Tayu got in his way. This battle's going to be fun to watch all night. Kyrell. 12th minute off the clock. Stepping in on the steal is Pino. Pino using Route 1. He's got some space to get to the midfield crest. He gave it away. And a foul and a whistle killed what would have been a breakaway, Nate.
Yeah, I think a simple foul there. And look, we talked about the quote-unquote embellishment from Frank Tayu. I think Frank Tayu himself's thinking right now, well, what was that? I think in both cases, at least in that last case, it was just a foul and we move on.
Cesar looking for the header. Now he's going to scramble for the loose ball and bring it down. Romero to the front to Ruiz. High, middle.
Pino is getting into a good shooting angle there, one of the layoff.
2.5 left in the first.
Never shy to crack one from distance, Guerrero Pino. See if he can get in another lane here in the next few seconds.
Cerda, a man who also knows what to do, but you could say that about most Sockers. Pardo.
Chess match.
Getting it going.
Chess match early on, Craig. A couple of boxers feeling each other out.
Well, a lot of physical play, and I think as the game has been called the way it's been called, we've gotten that type of boxing match start. Escoto, clever turn. Finding Romero, brought it down with the inside of the right leg. Romero tiptoeing around, and that turns into a kindergarten roller into the box. Now Slav trying to step up on a steal, some high pressure. However, Pino, Tayu calling for another hand to the face.
Oh, man.
Frank's going to have something to say on every touch, and he's giving as well as getting, which is important to note. And Pino's going to have something to say every time he gets a chance to. So it's all even, and it's even on the scoreboard. Under 90 seconds to go in this quarter for now. Stepping up Cisse, flicking Pino. trying to anticipate a roll was Farber there. Two Sockers are deep behind the play. Sockers need to run. Here comes Tayu, and running is what Brian Farber does best.
My God.
Came from behind to steal that ball. Giles just sends it to Pardo.
Look at that touch, Boris. Look at that touch from your keeper. Getting a brilliant applause from the deep end.
And a good spring pass. Here's Pino. Final minute of the quarter. Pino on the run. Pino ready to shoot. Oh, just wide.
Oh, that all started with that touch from Pardo. That would have been just great.
Now the field is open. Stinson, can he see it? Stinson's going to go down. Foul call.
Well, Pittman had a little hold of him the whole way, and I think what Pittman's saying is that he had a hold of me most of the way, too. It was contact going both ways, and Stinson kind of just went to the floor at the end of it. Sockers got to regroup here.
Open try. Too high.
That was Travi P. Travi P with the close down there. He's not going to get credit for a block, but for all intents and purposes, that's a blocked shot.
Pittman's still mad about the whistle, but
from one Travis Pittman, but it was a great defensive contribution in the end of it.
Pardo long ball right on the toe of Leo. Here's Leonardo de Oliveira. He shoots, and the ball again pinballs on the legs of Toth, but he got it.
The Toth pins this first quarter.
How about the jump up and header by Aguirre?
Look at that.
30 seconds left in the quarter and less. Leo looking for some Sockers magic. Here's Leo. Oh, the Leo move. The Leo move. The Leo score! He does it all! Toss them socks! Courtesy of Leonardo de Oliveira!
Woo! Well, you don't need me to tell you all too much there. It's one man doing what he does best. Putting a defender on ice skates. And sneaking one to the near post, past Toth, and it rolls in agonizingly so for the Ontario goalkeeper. But I'll tell you what, that's Leonardo de Oliveira bringing what he brings to not only this team, but this league. That's highlight reel stuff. That was absolutely gorgeous.
As good a sock toss goal as you could ask for.
Those are some mighty good socks, by the way.
For anyone whose surname is not McNeely. My goodness. Leonardo de Oliveira. First, let me break your left ankle. Then, how about your right ankle? Let me break that one too. Now that I've completely dusted you off, how about we find an inch in between toes?
Let's watch it again. Let's watch that. I'm sorry, Evan McNeely. I'm sorry again, Evan McNeely. And then we're going to get past. I wonder if that actually was going in or if it bounced off Toth there in the end of it. I don't want to spoil the party here, Craig. I want to know if that went in near post or actually bounced off the board. I'm saying regardless. This is Leo's goal. Let's watch this right here. Oh, second move. And then on the left foot, let's see here. It did go off
the back
boards,
of Toth.
off back of Toth and in. So, not sure technicality-wise, but from up here in Rosed, on the commentary gantry at the Grand Old Arena. That is a golazo for Leonardo de Oliveira.
Let's hear it.
Thank you. Time of the goal, 14:44.
14:44, time of the sock toss goal. Hey, how about, Nate, our tremendous Sockers family and team, Sockers squad, front office staff, everybody pitching in. It took just about 2 minutes to clear hundreds of socks off the floor. Absolutely great to not only consider that all of those bags full of socks and underwear are going to our local San Diego homeless in short order, courtesy of San Diego Rescue Mission. But that we're right back to game action now. Well done, everybody involved. 16 seconds left in the first quarter. What a way to finish the first quarter. Let's see if it's truly finished. Tayu wants to try again. McNeely says, look, I got moves. Brought it back to Toth. 10 seconds. Toth. Jermaine Jones waited for the ball, anticipated a different bounce. Serta is able to take control. 3 seconds. The chip try. Is it on net? It's far wide. It had the distance, but not the accuracy. 15 minutes complete from Pechanga Arena, San Diego. 1-0 Sockers on Sock Toss night. The Sox are tossed, and the Sockers have the lead.
Tequila. Treat yourself to the fino things in life. Your team. The perfect fit. The game ball. Are you ready? Soccer Loco. Next level performance.
All right, yeah, thanks, for sure, I'll be there. Hey, wait, hold on. I'm running by the field right now. You're never gonna guess. Dude, Medina's here. I think he's trading for a comeback to the Sockers.
What are you talking about? Medina? He retired 2 years ago. He's too old, bro.
Oh, dude. You're right, bro. He's too old. Okay, so that barbecue, yeah.
Don't wait for the dream. Call your Cairo today.
Dr. Corey's office, how can we help you?
I got this. Let's get him in.
Okay, sounds good, Mr. Medina. We'll see you shortly.
Again at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. 1-0 Sockers lead the Ontario Fury. Craig Elston with you, and with the second quarter play-by-play, here's Nate Abarea.
A game rich in personality was bereft of goals until the 14:44 mark in the first quarter. 16 seconds left in that first period saw Leonardo de Oliveira score an absolute golazo, putting the Ontario defender, poor Evan McNeely, on ice skates before slotting one past Chris Toth with a little help from the boards to give the Sockers the 1-0 lead that they currently hold. But it's the visitors from just up the road in the Inland Empire driving forward in search of an equalizer. And here's Craig Childs getting knocked in the back and drawing a foul. A set piece to the home side, now attacking from left to right on your screens here in this second 15-minute period. The blue kits melting into gold. Back to the green-clad netminder Boris Pardo. San Diego Sockers looking for their first win at home here in this 2019-20 MASL campaign after losing a shocker in the opening home match to the Express, the Turlock Cal Express, newly named and rejuvenated side from up in Stanislaus County. It's the visitors from the Inland Empire looking to go with the Sockers tonight. So far, so good defensively for San Diego. Been clean. Hardly a shot, really, for Ontario. Jermaine Jones did have one good opportunity that was saved by Boris Pardo. A couple of decent shots on goal in that first quarter from Ontario. Tripping the Sockers player down there, Emmanuel Aguirre, is Kyrell. A chance to see the replay here. Clear foul.
Yep, that was an easy one.
Kyrell claiming it himself. No such disagreements like the ones we saw in the first quarter on a few contentious decisions. Boris Pardo out of his net. Need to be fundamentally sound here. The Sockers in their own half.
Yes.
We saw that situation come back to bite him a little bit up in Tacoma. The game the Sockers ultimately won handily. It was a bit of an egg in the face moment, as my partner Craig Elston called it on the Sockers Overtime podcast. Boris Pardo, a couple of great saves tonight. No such egg in the face. It's been fine goalkeeping from Boris. A couple of minutes off the clock here. Ontario come forward. It's Jermaine Jones driving one with plenty of pace, but well off target. Hooked wide. There's a shot right into the paws of the aforementioned Soccer's netminder, Boris Pardo. And the man from Queens, New York, launches up, and the man he used to share time with heads out. Chris Toth. Look out here. Sockers have a chance. It's Leo doing Leo things. Leo still doing Leo things. Leaves it back to Cesar Cerda. Cerda says, everybody calm down, recycle. Keep it going, boys. Like what we're seeing. Farber to the bench. Escoto back into the fray. As Pardo gets Escoto a touch. Tijuanense has to find the rhythm. Has yet to really find since that electric 2018-19 season that he had. Certainly some more defensive attention being put on him by all teams that the Sockers play. See if Brandon Escoto could come alive. Leonardo de Oliveira trying to come alive in the corner there. Thwarted by a couple of Ontario players.
The double team was needed.
The double team was needed, and the double team was executed. And
good steal.
Look for more of it. Cries of a handball, they may have been righteous cries, but onward we go as this shot is deflected and tamely ends up in the arms of Chris Toth after Gutierrez tried to drive one from distance, and McNeely got a good touch on it and plays a nice ball up the left wing. Finds Cisse, fresh back into the game, the elder statesman out there for the Fury, trying to pull a Leo on McNeely against Pittman, and Travie P having none of it. And a hard back pass to Toth. Good skills outside of the box from Toth, just as we saw from Boris Pardo back in the first quarter. Here's Kyrell. Kyrell with the no-look pass down into the corner. This could be trouble for San Diego. Saved by Boris Pardo. A funky one there. Boris just got big and got out like a big old kitty cat, got a foot on it. And now here's a drive low, just wide to the far post. Gutierrez tries to poke clear. The Sockers just can't get it out. And eventually Kyrell is going to blast one into the net. And the Sockers breathe a sigh of relief as they still have the 1-0 lead.
And Frank Tayu was barking at Kyrell as he ran off the floor, because if Joseph brings that ball down to him instead of going for glory, it's probably 1-1. And with all of that said, Ontario probably pretty close to deserving a goal with the run of the last couple minutes. Sockers need to turn it around.
It just became a Joseph Kyrell guitar solo there at the end. Tayu saying, hey, you know I'm the lead singer, right? And here's Tayu getting away with an awful lot of contact there after Brian Farber. Enough about Tayu. Farber fighting to get it back, but a handball is whistled over there in the corner against Cesar Romero, Chula Vista native. Back in his old stomping grounds with the Sockers. MLS veteran. Fantastic professional career. And it carries on in the arena. In the blue and gold of the Sockers. Great story.
That was another look right, shoot left type pass situation.
Space here. Oh, pass just needed to get to Childs. Picking this one off is Pollo. It's still Pollo. Pollo works it back. Brandon Escoto looking onto his right foot. Cuts back. Still Brandon. Shot blocked by Holloman. Escoto trapped in the corner now. And that was just his own doing.
Yeah, more needed to be done there.
Tayu, couple of step overs. Tayu fights through the challenge of Escoto. He's up that right side. A wall pass doesn't come off. Ontario players frustrated. I thought they had something going there. Mike Anze Abreu needed that pass to be better. Here's a shot. Oh, it's just wide. Slav almost set up by Escoto there. We joked on Soccer's Overtime about Slav Skoto. That was almost the first great connection between Brandon and Slav right there. Seldom are you going to see those guys, at least early in the season, with the way this thing's been set up. Seldom are you going to see these guys on the pitch at the same time. They are out there together right now.
Good bump off by Cisse on Childs.
Very good bump off by Cisse on Captain Craig Childs. About two guys who know each other from just playing against one another for years. Great professional careers and carrying on as stalwarts of the arena game. Israel Cisse and Craig Childs. Cisse with some fine years playing in USL. And that league known as the USL will be right here in San Diego in 2020. Our friends from SD Loyal, Cesar Cerda, Works it back to the defensive red line. Brandon Escoto, Pardo, standing behind him. Escoto dribbling in his own half. He's got a good run up that left side by Cerda.
Got to find him.
Finds the angle.
2v1.
Finds the teammate.
For a second.
And that's all ball. That's a good challenge. Cerda just taken down. Travi P collects for the Sockers. Pittman slows it down, starts it back up. Leo in the corner. Brasileño back to Cerda. Cerda went for a little placement over power there, came through it with the side foot. And Toth not troubled in the least by that effort. Cerda almost certain the next time he gets that opportunity, he's just going to drive it as hard as he can. He helps get it back, though, for the Sockers. And here's Slav! Oh! Take a bow. Take a bow, Slav. Goal! Delectable. Goal!
I mean, the patience, the poise, the Leo cut, but there's Toth in position. So what do? Over the shoulder, easy as you please. A flick of beauty from Slavica. Oh, but Betabovic.
Man, oh man. And it takes us to the timeout, Craig.
Let's take a break on MASL TV.
Galifino Tequila. Treat yourself to the finer things in life.
Two nothing. The Sockers lead the Ontario Fury. Stay connected to the Sockers all season long with Sockers Overtime, the podcast that gives you an inside look at the San Diego Sockers with this guy Nate and this guy here, Craig. We bring you weekly recaps, previews, exclusive inside info. Once a month, we tape live down at Three Punk Ales Brewing in Chula Vista, our every podcast sponsor. Check out the latest podcast in the feed. Eduardo Velez, El Vaquero, sat down for a 45-minute interview with us at Three Punk Ales. Something to hear. Some great war stories. Maybe someday he'll be telling the story, Nate, of Slav's chip of Chris Toth.
This guy, these guys, it's good to be with you. The Sockers are enjoying a 2-0 lead. My name is Nate Abarrea. His name is Craig Elston. Pleasure and a privilege to be with you wherever and however you got this one dialed in. MASL TV on the YouTube feed. That's a lovely dish off there by Tayu. Some contact sends Childs to the floor. He wanted a foul. I think the contact was inadvertent. So Slavica Uba Perapovic's name being
They did better than I thought.
Sung around the arena right now. And Leonardo de Oliveira adds an assist to his earlier goal. The goal from Slav, assisted by Leo, a little over halfway through this second quarter.
Let me tell you something right now, Nate. These are critical minutes in this game for the San Diego Sockers. They cannot let down at all. This is one of those tentative times where you can either step on the neck of the opponent or let them back in. Sockers need to be sure they do the former, not the latter.
DeBray Holloman, San Diego man. Plenty of local representation out there. Former San Diego State Aztec. Holloman, strong defensive midfielder. Oh, but he gets knocked off it right there, and it's a goal! It's Farber! It's 3-0! Goal! Farbeezy slips it past his old pal Chris Toth, and the Sockers have got a triple delight. 3-0, 6:36 left in the second quarter.
Farber gets the goal, 3 in 3 games, but it's all about Pollo. Holloman thought he had it till he didn't, and how about the outside of the right foot distribution, right on time, and then Farber between the legs. Hey, Chris, next time wear an apron.
Well, it doesn't matter how big you are. If you know how to use a low center of gravity, you can knock people off the ball who are much bigger than you. That's exactly what we saw from Pollo. Went down, used the hips, knocked Holloman right off of it, and set up Farber for the third Sockers goal of the night. This is not what the Fury was expecting. Jermaine Jones, chance to get right back into it. That was saved by Pardo. And
Yes,
I'll tell
it was.
you what, I say saved. It was saved with his arm, and he was well out of the area. Now here's a try to beat Toth, but the Ontario bench is furious, and I don't blame him. Boris Pardo was at least a couple of steps out of his box there and made just a good save with his arm, which he's not allowed to do.
Which is a shootout.
Well,
it's the little things, Nate. It's the little things that sometimes matter. Hey, with that ball being pegged for just a moment, a reminder that when we get to halftime, stay right here, because coming up, the first ever Sockers media game. Team Old Media, the traditional media, print, TV, radio. Against Team New Media, podcasts, blogs, digital journalism.
Influencers.
We will keep it all on the air live. Nate will continue with the play-by-play. I'll go down and do the PA. Should be a fun one.
Well, like a whole lot of nothing right here. And as you see, we'll see it right here. Jones goes down, and I'm not sure what. Aguirre, Jones is saying, what can I do? He's all over me, and then kind of went down on his own.
On Jones?
Well,
Aguirre put him in the washing machine.
No, it wasn't. It was the foul on Aguirre. And then I think the afters there were all a bit unnecessary.
Gotcha.
Serra and Jones still going at it off the ball. Jones kind of slips there, and
there's Aguirre again.
He's going at it, actually, I beg your pardon, with Aguirre.
Yeah.
Again. Aguirre again. Here's McNeely. McNeely and Leo still jawing after Leo got the best and then some of Evan McNeely. Back in the first quarter for that opening goal.
Evan's going to see Leo in his nightmares for a while on that goal.
It's that goal which will surely be gift by many a Sockers fans.
And by the way, Evan McNeely is a great veteran defender of many years. It's hard to stay with a guy like Leo if you're 25, never mind 36, and coming on 37 next month for the pride of Boise, where he makes his home now.
Boris sends this one up. It's headed down by Holloman, the aforementioned Evan McNeely, consummate pro. Gets this one up, and the Fury are in business. Here's Jermaine Jones, tucked against the wall, battling with his new friend, Aguirre. Emmanuel Aguirre going at it with Jermaine Jones quite a bit here in the second quarter. Nestor Hernandez drives one, always tailing wide. Serra collects. Kyrell comes flying in, maybe a little bit out of control. Deemed to be by the men in green. Foul. The whistle. The restart. The thunderclap from the deep end. The folks around the arena. Brandon Escoto driving forward through the center circle. Lays off. Back to Guerrero Pino.
Announcement downstairs, Nate. Joseph Kyrell sitting on 3 fouls now. If number 91 commits another foul, it's a power play for San Diego.
Dipping below 4:20 here in the second quarter. Pardo knocks forward to Pee Wee Ortega. Luis Pee Wee Ortega. Brilliant block there by Hernandez.
Yes.
Great slide and block with the right foot. Sayu being kicked at by 3 different Sockers players and still going at it with his old friend Brian Farber. And eventually the foul is called. Tayu never had the ball knocked away from him. No, it was a
steal.
It was a drop ball there.
Oh.
Actually went with the drop ball, and then Farber's knocked away from it.
Okay.
Well, okay then.
I like the drop ball call there. Good call.
Chris Toth. Talk about back in his old stomping grounds. Called this arena home, not only as a Sockers player, but as a little kid. His father, his old fan. Here's Sayu. Toth really grew up in this arena. And he's back as a visiting player with Ontario. It's Pee Wee knocking it away. It's Stinson back battling for it. Sockers have runners if they hurry.
Nicely done, Cesar.
Can he find the angle? He can. Romero to Gutierrez. Gutierrez battling Israel Cisse as we approach 3 minutes left, and that's got to be a push on Christian. He's saying he kept the hands in. I think they were extended enough to where the foul was clear.
Well, this was a nice little battle down the wall, and then Christian just got his hands out ahead of himself. Pretty simple call in the end. And with 3 minutes left here, Nate, I'm going to give you the rest of the time here and head down to get ready to do the PA for halftime.
How about it? Enjoy, and make sure nobody hurts themselves down there. I know there's some fragile legs and brains down there in this new media versus old media halftime match, which my partner Craig Elston will be emceeing down pitch side, and I will have the great honor in ginormous air quotes, of bringing you the live play-by-play of right here on MASL TV. A lot of character in this game, the arena soccer match on hand, and there's going to be some character and then some in the halftime media game featuring new and old. Craig Giles works it to Slav. Slav dummies, and it's a Skoto. It was set up perfectly, and it goes over the top. That was a training ground almost masterpiece, because it just needed the final product. Kyrell knocks back to Toth. Toth tries to find Kyrell. He does. Lovely little link-up play there. It's the long hair. Hangs over the name on the back of the black kit. Kyrell lobs one over to that right side. Was knocked away by Childs. The Fury get it back now. Here's Kyrell. A lot of action in this second period for the Fury, number 91. Hernandez off the boards. It comes back for Tayu. Tayu shoots and might have taken out his own teammate, and he skied it over the bar and into the netting. That was a funky one. Whole lot going on there, and in the end of it, it's just going to be a restart for Boris Pardo. So as we dip under 2 minutes here in this second quarter, it's the Sockers 3, it's the Ontario Fury 0. One given away all too easy there from Piffer. Piffer getting his first real extended action of the game. The new acquisitions for San Diego here in this 2019-20 season. Leo with the high press. Escoto comes in. Left half a leg in there in the end of it. 90 seconds left here in the second quarter. We'll send it down at halftime real quickly to our own Melissa May for a quick chat with Soccer's head coach, Phil Salvaggio, and then keep it right here. The sure to be entertaining. I can make no guarantees about the quality, but sure to be entertaining media game. Leonardo de Oliveira pushed into the boards here, and a little replay of what happened there. That can be a painful one. As you saw, the push send Leo into the glass. He's back up and near the goal mouth, and it's going to come towards Leo, and it's Cisse diving to stop it, and here's the low shot from Childs, stopped by Toth. Slav comes in. Slav wins it back. Escoto drives off the boards for Childs. 1 minute. 1 minute remaining here in the first half. Sockers 3, Fury 0. Nate Abarea here with you on MASL TV. Brandon Escoto spins out of the contact and gets smacked in the face, and no call is given. Here's Tayu. Tayu drives, shot blocked by Pino and deflects off the boards. And the ball goes out of play now. Clock will stop with 37.8. Tayu wanted a top of the arc. Thought that was rather hopeful, but he gets it. I stand corrected. Top of the arc to Ontario here. This is a big chance for the visitors to get one back. Charlie Gonzalez over it. Gonzalez just puts it right into the wall. It's a waste. And McNeely puts one almost back to his own net. Instead, it's just off the boards there, and Toth gives it away. Here comes Slav. Uba Peripovic. Go! Slav with the assist. And the finish for San Diego by Leonardo de Oliveira. Goal! You give me one, I'll give you one a little later. It was Leo teeing up Slav for 2-0, and for 4-0, Slav says, how about a returned favor? Sockers 4, Fury 0, 23 seconds left here in the second quarter. The first half going the way of the boys in blue and gold. Pardo knocks it up. McNeely through the back of Farber. Clock stops. Maybe time for another opportunity for San Diego.
Thank you. On the assist, number 99,
10 seconds left. Soccer's just going to pass this one out or go for it. Boris launches one up, and Chris Toth is going to catch keeper to keeper, and Toth is going to let the last of the time elapse. And that's going to do it for the first 30 minutes of Arena Soccer tonight. It's San Diego with a 4-0 lead, courtesy of 2 goals from Leonardo de Oliveira, bookends from Leo. He started the scoring at the 14:44 mark back in the first quarter, and he wrapped up the scoring in that first half. Just a few moments ago, Slavica Uba Peripovic and Brian Farber with the second and third goals, respectively, for San Diego. Again, Leo in the first quarter, and 3 second quarter goals for the San Diego Sockers from Slavica Uba Peripovic, Brian Farber, and Leonardo de Oliveira again. We're going to send it down momentarily to our own Melissa May, who is joined by Soccer's head coach, Phil Salvaggio.
When the Soccer scored their first goal and all those socks started flying onto your field, what went through your mind?
Oh, that was unbelievable. The fans here are great. I didn't expect all those socks. I mean, it took us a good 4 or 5 minutes to clean it up. That's fantastic by the fans.
Now, the Fury had added quite a few offensive powerhouses to their team. How did you prepare the Sockers for this matchup?
All week we've been preaching defense, and first half we showed some good heart, and we played a good defense.
Now, Ubi Poropovic scored twice against Tacoma and has already scored once tonight. How much of is he an asset to this team?
We're all one team, so I really don't pay attention to anybody who's scoring goals.
Thanks, Coach.
Well, I love Phil Salvaggio talking about the Sockers preaching defense all week. Fine interview with Melissa May down there, and Coach has got to be happy. He's got to be real happy with the defensive performance of the Sockers. And I want to see if we can get down to our friend Craig Elston. If we can bring up the PA audio and get these introductions for this media game.
Traditional media like print, TV, and radio against the bloggers, podcasters, digital journalists, and Instagram influencers. A 10-minute battle to determine the future of media supremacy forevermore, or at least until next season. First up, let's welcome in Team Old Media. Team captain from Ben & Woods on 97.3 The Fan, number 22, Stephen Wood. From 97.3 The Fan, number 1, Ciro Sepulveda. From Channel 933, number 5, Cabana Boy Jeff. From NBC 739, number 7, Darnay Tripp. From Channel 8 Sports, number 8, John Howard. From 91X, number 10, it's RJ's bro, Rick Romero. From 91X, number 11, Dimitri Hidalgo. From 97.3 The Fan, it's The Hammer, Alex Perlin. From the San Diego Union Tribune, wearing number 14, he's honoring Brian Quinn. Here's Todd Leonard. From Rock 105.3, number 33, Eddie Papani. From NBC 739, wearing number 39, Derek Hogerson. From 97.3 The Fan, number 69, Paul Reindl. From FM 94.9, wearing number 94.9, it's Alyssa Rose. From KSON 103.7, welcome Amber. And from KUSI, the one, the only, Maddie Sinclair. Bench coach for Team Old Media is Ryan Phillips, and the Sockers alumni honorary coach for Team Old Media. Welcome back, Sockers fans, Nate Hetherington. And now, time to meet the usurpers. From blogs, podcasts, and social media, let's welcome out Team New Media. Team New Media captain from the Quintelligence podcast, number 19, H.J. Preller. From the Scott and BR show, number 0, John Browner. From the Unnamed Soccer podcast, number 2, Jordan, the Truth, Caruth. From the Athletic, number 6, welcome Cesar Hernandez. From the Voice of San Diego, number 9, it's Coach Lou, Scott Lewis. From the Quintelligence podcast, a late ad, but welcome, number 13, David Marver. From the Finest City Soccer podcast, number 17, Dike Anyiwo. From the Our Rendezvous podcast, your goalkeeper for Team New Media, welcome in number 22, it's a Patty. From Make the Padres Great Again, number 23, Lord Podcast, John Gennaro. From the Dave and Jeff podcast, Put It Together, for number 25, Dave Palais. Graphist artist extraordinaire for your Soccers, number 27, Travis Peterson. From Beer Night in San Diego, welcome in number 33, Cody. From the Kept Faith podcast, number 37, Nick McCann. The bright light of Padres Twitter, welcome in Jody Paranol. From the Our Rendezvous podcast co-host, it's Shelly Higgins, helping out her husband Ben wearing 97.3. And the alumni honorary coach at Team New Media, M5, Anthony Medina. There they are, folks. Team Old Media, Team New Media. 10 minutes going up on the clock. What type of silliness do we have going on here?
So there you have it. Team Old Media versus Team New Media. Big thank you to my broadcast colleague turned PA announcer extraordinaire and game MC, Craig Elston, as the warm-ups conclude after a rather lengthy introduction ceremony there. And I'm hoping, sincerely hoping, that getting one's name called will not be the highlight for most of the people out there. I'm hoping, sincerely hoping, that there will be some fine soccer skill brought into the fold here in this game to determine media supremacy. Will it be Team Old Media, or will it be Team New Media? It'll be the Elders in the light blue to kick off. Standing in the center circle, Cabana Boy Jeff. Cabana Boy Jeff kicks off, and Derek Togerson promptly gives it away. Scott Lewis, from the Voice of San Diego, gets this one forward. Team New Media working it to start. A late scratch on the lineup sheet. I'm looking down going, who is this guy? David Marver. Cheers to you, David Marver. Togerson knocks this one in. Good collection down there. And Team New Media's keeper, Patty, from the Our Rendezvous podcast. Restart for the New Media. DK Aniwo works this one in to the center circle. Lovely hold-up play, lovely classic number 9 play by David Marver, but it's gotten back by the elder statesman out there. Oh, the goalie. What's he doing? What's Patty doing? Patty, get back in your net. A solid shutdown defensive effort there from DK Aniwo. We need a ball. We can't waste any time out here. Okay, now we have too many balls on the field. Come on, folks. Let's get this together here. Little action down there, retrieving the ball from Team Old Media netminder. Oh, and back at the other end, it's Derek Togerson. Derek Togerson puts it home for 1-0. And we're going to get a replay here. Some disagreements in the ranks for Team New Media. Patty, not one of his finer moments, but a brilliant finish, it must be said, from the NBC man. Togerson, well, not the finest moment there from a number of individuals, but we're trying to put a positive spin on this whole thing. Here comes DK Aniwo. That's a lovely ball through. Oh, that's a lovely turn. Look at this. It's a goal. It's a thing of beauty. Goal! How about you now, David Marver? DK Aniwo with the assist. Lovely turn. Talk about the number 9 play, center forward. Have yourself a game. It's 1-1. Patty Sinclair getting involved. 1-1, the scoreline right now. Togerson for 1-0. And then Marver got it right back for New Media. This is good stuff. This is good stuff again. Oh, John Browner almost getting in as Jordan Caruth was showing off, and Caruth is still talking. Caruth was yelling out at Old Media goalkeeper. Oh, wow. Stephen Woods is getting an earful from Jordan Caruth. Here comes Browner. Browner's got Caruth in the center. Browner's going to try to find him, but the angle is shut down. It's 1-1. We have a cameraman out on the field, a young and able cameraman. We have some juking. We have some shimmying. We have a chance for Team Old Media. Driving forward. Oh, Todd Leonard. Oh, look at that move. Oh, look at this. It's finished. It's 2-1. Darnay Tripp makes it 2-1. Tripp knocks it home. He almost flubbed the chance from 1 yard out with an empty goal, but he managed to do enough to knock it home. Congratulations. Darnay Tripp gives Old Media a 2-1 lead with a little under 6 minutes remaining. Togerson picks off the pass. Lovely defense. Back there. Oh, look out here. Oh, it's 3-1. Oh, it's 3-1, and it's Cabana Boy again. Goal! Tenacious. The high press in full effect. Togerson got it back. And Cabana Boy nets it for Team Old Media. Come on, New Media. Got to step it up here. Not saying I'm rooting for anyone. I'm also just saying that I celebrated my 29th birthday yesterday, so I think by default I'm more in line with Team New Media, and I'm getting a little bit worried that Team New Media is not going to be able to pull this one out. Oh, and this could be a dagger blow, but what a save by Patty! A brilliant stop by Patty to keep his team in the game. Keeping the bloggers, the influencers, the grammars and the tweeters, keeping them alive. Oh, and it's a bit of an argument breaking out as Old Media thought it should have been their ball, and Nick McCann's just going to keep playing here. Okay, well, the ball was out of play. We're going to have to do an official restart. Come on, let's go. Let's play. We're playing. I'm saying it from way up here. We're playing. Scott Lewis gives this one away. Well, I said on Soccer's Overtime that doing play-by-play for this game is Patty with a little Allison Becker. Oh, look at Patty. Go, Patty. Oh, knocks forward to Cesar Hernandez. Patty's still going. Look at this. It's Rene Higuita. It's Jorge Campos. It's Patty. Patty falls on his face. He's got to get back. Patty, it was brilliant, but you got to get back in your goal. Will the defenders save him? Oh, Patty, where are you? Patty, where are you? The shot goes wide. Patty, get back. Oh, Patty. Patty's back. Cabana Boy. Off the wall. Angle shut down by Patty. Have I said go on, Patty? I'll say it again. Go on, Patty. Go on, Cesar. Cesar Hernandez with the touch. Cesar Hernandez right into the defender. Stand-up defending out there. Solid stuff. And Paul Reindl down there standing up. Cesar Hernandez. Some flashy skill from some on the New Media. Patty flips this one out. The truth. Jordan Caruth is back on the pitch. Caruth with the back heel. Caruth onto his own touch. Oh, it's Caruth across the red line. Caruth centers, and the pass is just too heavy. Jordan Caruth with a dazzling bit of skill, but unable to notch the assist in the end of it. Come on, New Media, hold it in here. Create the chance. DK Aniwo. Oh, Jordan! The heck was that? Jordan Caruth tripping on his shoelaces with his name up in lights. I don't know if we're talking turf monster I don't know if we're talking just a classic trip and a slip, but Jordan Caruth, that was the moment. That was the moment. Somehow outdoing the miss in the celebrity game last year from Darren Smith, somehow outdoing his Unnamed Soccer Podcast co-host with an even bigger blooper, Jordan Caruth. I'm saddened by you not putting that one home. Still time. 3-1 down. I need some Caruth redemption. DK, fight. Get this one back. Oh, there you go. There you go. Go on, lad. Go on, lad. Careful out there. Careful, Todd. Todd Leonard. The young and able Todd Leonard knocks this one back. Could it be the dagger blow? Patty. Patty, what are you doing? Oh, Patty's on a mission again. Oh, go on, Patty. Go on, Patty. Patty up to Caruth. Aniwo in space. DK. DK Aniwo. Just wide. Patty. Into the netting. The ball stuck. Team New Media. You can't say that the chances weren't there. You can't say that you lacked scoring opportunities. The chances have been there all game. The execution, the final product, it simply has been missing. Oh man, Cabana Boy. Could Cabana Boy put in the fourth? Lovely moves from Cabana Boy. Cabana Boy, oh, it's almost an own goal. It's off the bar. Ooh. Back heel into the hands of Patty. Patty throws out. Come on, DK. Lovely turn from Aniwo. Drive. Decent step up there. Decent step up there from the Old Media. Eddie Papani. Look at that slide. Cesar Hernandez gets this one forward to Browner. Go on, Browner. Go on, Browner. Lovely spacing. Good stuff. Hernandez wants to drive one low. Aniwo saved from point blank. How on earth is this game still 3-1? Aniwo with the layoff from Scott Lewis. 10 seconds left. And would you believe this? Would you believe this? Team Old Media. Those archaic mediums, they call them. Well, they're young and able when it comes to playing soccer. I guess newspapers and AM radio and FM radio and documentaries and all those kinds of things, I guess they are cool still. They are not passé. They are not out of touch. Old Media is new again. Congratulations on the victory to Old Media. Your final score, Team Old Media 3, Team New Media 1. The players meeting near the center circle as Old Media has reigned supreme. We're going to take it to break here on MASL TV. We'll have that arena soccer game for you on the other side of this break. It's the Sockers 4, the Fury 0 in the MASL game. We'll have the second half of it on the other side of this break.
Yourself to the fino things in life. Your team. The perfect fit. The game ball. Are you ready? Soccer Loco, next level performance. Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
Happy 15th birthday to Jared Hollow. Happy birthday from San
welcome back in to the Grand Old Arena. Pechanga Arena, San Diego. The San Diego Sockers leading the Ontario Fury 4-0 as we get ready for the third quarter and second half of this game to get underway. 4 Sockers goals in this game, 2 of them from the resident Brazilian, Leonardo de Oliveira. Bookends, the first and fourth, scored by Leo, Slavica Uba-Peripovic, and Brian Farber, with the goals that made it 2-0 and 3-0, respectively. Leo has stolen the show, certainly the man of the match in the first half. We'll see if he carries that on here in this third period. And shout out to Team Old Media, reigning supreme in the first ever Sockers media game with a hard-fought, rather fortunate, I might say even a bit lucky, 3-1 victory. Hey, doesn't matter how you get them. Win's a win. Congrats to Old Media, and a fabulous job on the PA emceeing duties for that media match from my good friend Craig Elston. And guess what? Craig's back to call the third quarter.
I managed to drink some water, and my voice is back just like that. Welcome back, everybody. Great job, Nate. What a fun halftime it was. And now, let's see what the second half has in store. The second quarter was a huge one for the San Diego Sockers, netting 3 times. And as Nate Abaria said, Leonardo de Oliveira is in control of this match right now.
I said Leo, the MVP of that first half. That was until I saw you ascend these stairs here at the Grand Old Arena. Impressive. Impressive stuff, Craig.
Well, got in my pregame workout.
Still got it. Still got it.
See if the Fury have answers early. This pass intercepted by Childs in defensive midfield. Right through the legs of Serra to Boris Pardo. Israel Cisse, here's some pressure. Escoto challenging Charlie Gonzalez in the corner. Both players touched the ball. Charlie came away with it. Very much unlike Sockers Fury matches here in San Diego last year. This one, San Diego in control. The Sockers up 4-0. We mentioned it early how every match was 1 goal last year between the Sockers and Fury here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. What we didn't mention is that the Sockers trailed all those matches. Stinson, a great start, but the finish missed the runner, who was about a step early for the choreography. Back to Evan McNeely. DeBray Holloman. First 90 seconds gone from the third quarter. The Pino-Tayu battle. There's been grappling, there's been jostling, there's been a lot of talk. There's been a couple fouls. Holloman off the wall looking for Tayu. There was Pino to defend the pass. McNeely settles. Nestor Hernandez, the ex-sidekick, his wall pass. Bangs out to the left wing. Holloman will go for the shot. Knocked down Hernandez. Poked by Pino from Tayu, who had the shelf. And Pardo able to get down to the left hip and scoop that one up. But the key was Pino twice getting the toe in to deny Tayu a chance to turn. Leo now. What does De Oliveira have for the second half? Back heels it through to Pittman. Confidence is high, as the Shermanator would say. De Oliveira to Pee-wee. You just caught that? Joke grenade. 3, 2, 1, boom.
Man, I mean, it was a little over 20 years old. It was I had to go back to the 90s for that one.
To open the time capsule.
Sorry, my God. Shermanator.
Confidence is high. Pee-wee to Leo. I mean, Leo's very first action of the night was an attempted back heel on goal. So tells you about the artistry of this Brazilian star forward. Linked to the Sockers for 4 more years after this. Pee-wee's pass got knocked down by Charlie Gonzalez for just a moment. Pardo has it. Sockers like this pace right now. 3 minutes off the clock and not much happening until now. McNeely with a steal. Tayu runs the middle. McNeely exchanges with Tayu. Finds him. Turning shot. Pardo guarded it, but it was wide all the way. Frank Tayu. Back to the 100-game man with Ontario, Israel Cisse. Stinson, give and go. The 1-2 into the corner. Good defense by Ortega. Pee-wee walled him off. Tell you what, for a 5'4" cat, Pee-wee Ortega is as physical as you need from a defender that plays heavy minutes. He's small, but he is tough. Aguirre. 4th minute off the clock right now. 11 left in the third quarter. 4-0 San Diego. That was the halftime score. It was 1-0 after 1. Slav, Farber, and Leo with 3 increasingly attractive goals.
It's going to be hard to beat that second goal from the Sockers
Slav
tonight.
actually has the lead. Although Leo's first. I mean, my goodness, for a dribbling display, unparalleled.
A little fortunate with the finish, so if we're voting on goal of the night thus far, I'm going the second one.
The
cleanliness.
Calafino goal of the night, by the way.
The cleanliness, the Calafino goal of the night. Oh, that's got just a good ring to it.
Calafino top shot of the night.
Oh.
Because what's better than an extra añejo to wash down a clean victory? Here's Johnny Tapete.
I'll tell you what's better than it. A fine ad read.
Nestor Hernandez, Joseph Kyrell. Jermaine Jones looks for the fancy little scissor try, and then a wide open back post, but nobody home. And the Sockers get away with one. 5 minutes off the third quarter. Farber. Cerda. And Leo. The diagonal pass to De Oliveira. Holloman on him 1v1. Leo, stop and shoot. Toth punches it down. It's Jermaine Jones. Cleanly shorn, or at least a new shortcut compared to the dreadlocks he's worn for so long. I mean, they're iconic, essentially. It's a new day, it's a new dawn, it's a new Jermaine.
And he's feeling good.
Well, he will be if he nets one. Right now, he's feeling anxious. Toth. Scoops it forward, and Pollo read it all the way. Former teammates for a couple years. Serra in traffic in front of the Fury bench. Ball bouncing around like a pinball off bumpers. Woo! Here's Slav. Losing it off the wall. Whoa. Funny carom, and it winds up going out of play, Nate, but that thing was raking around the boards in a very curious fashion.
That almost angled to the back post. That was crazy. I'm sorry, I'm getting an influx of text messages and Twitter comments from the media game.
I understand.
And the miss from Jordan Caruth is... I'm really trying to stay focused here, and we must stay focused on this fantastic Arena Soccer League game, but
we're still thinking about it.
Jordan Caruth.
Here's Romero. Cesar Romero.
That was not the truth.
No, that's verdad. Escoto. Oh, just wide.
Escoto through the legs of Hernandez.
Pee-wee high all the way, but an entertaining try. Nonetheless.
And unlike Jordan Caruth, he actually made contact there. He did miss,
correct,
but he didn't look like a deer in headlights.
Ouch.
As the moment of glory was right there to be had.
There's Pino playing that physical defense that served him so well tonight. Foul called on Gutierrez there as Nestor Hernandez went to floor.
Foul on Christian.
Romero, good battle, north wall. Cesar found his outlet. Probably wants just a skosh more pace on that pass next time. Cesar Romero, as we mentioned, a couple years with Chivas USA and MLS, international soccer, playing in first division European leagues. This is his 6th ever professional arena match and 2nd in San Diego. So Romero has a learning curve on all the things that don't involve shooting. McNeely. Shooting he's got down. Here's Stinson.
But just a skosh of experience.
Stinson. Shown a lot so far tonight for the Fury in his debut. Out to Tapete. Settles the ball and shoots it just high off the Sockers logo. Under 7 to play in the third. The foul on the Sockers.
Stinson fouled. I want to see a little more of Stinson in this second half. He was lively in the first quarter, quieted down quite a bit in that second quarter. That was all Sockers, to be fair. The Sockers offense really shut down any ball handling that the number 10 was going to have for Ontario. They just didn't have much of the ball in that entire second quarter.
That ball tickled out of bounds. And it'll be the officials' timeout. We're about halfway through the third quarter. And the score, 4-0 San Diego. Well, this is part of 6 home matches in 7, Nate, for the San Diego Sockers. Our next match is Sunday when the Sockers take on Soles de Sonora. 2 important things to tell you about this match. First off, because it was a late addition, I want to lead with this. The Sockers have teamed up with Merrill Lynch on one of the best giveaways that we've had in years. It's a brand new, gorgeous navy blue and yellow Sockers beanie. It is comfortable, it is fashionable, and it's to everybody who comes through the turnstiles Sunday at 5 o'clock. Beanie night, Sockers and Soles de Sonora. Also, it's food donation drive night to benefit the San Diego Food Bank. Either bring non-perishable food items, check them in at the kiosk outside the north entrance. Every $5 donated of food will get you an entry into our Watkins Wellness Spa giveaway. Or if you happen to come without food, go right to Sockers.com. Right on the splash page, we have put it at the front so you can't miss it, is our San Diego Food Bank virtual donation link. You can donate groceries right there from your phone or from your laptop. That's all happening on Sunday. We'll see you here. Charlie Gonzalez on the corner kick for the Ontario Fury. Not a true corner, but out of the corner. Sends it the dummy, the shot, and Frank Taillou, one of his first true shots tonight, and that one was a mile high.
Frustrating night for Taillou and Jones and even Stinson, as I said, after that hot start. Hasn't really had too much to say in this game.
Here's Kyrell. Here's the ball wide. Shot by Kyrell, blocked. Hey, you talk about the phone. You know what's happening now?
What's going on now?
Sorry for the distraction. Although we provided tequila and beer in the locker room for the 2 media teams, they're asking where their drink tickets are.
After being given the case of tequila.
Oh, there comes Farber. He's in on net. And he went for the first touch and shot it wide.
Oh, what was that?
Why not take one more? Maybe it was too hard in front of him.
Brian's laughing to himself.
Toth said thank you. Charlie off the wall. Back to Frank. Just whistled past his shoulder. Kyrell will turn it back around. Taillou on a different day would have potted that.
Hey, you know all too well, as soon as Taillou gets one, 3 can come in a quick succession.
That shot blocked by Childs.
Keeping Taillou scoreless is a huge thing to in this third quarter.
And the longer it goes, the more important.
Exactly.
Stinson is going to get the ball moving to McNeely for that big left foot. Blocked by Pee-wee. Pee-wee Ortega doing it again. Pardo punts this one and gave it away. McNeely can step in on it. Rolled it. Stinson let it go by to Charlie Gonzalez. Back to the kid from St. Louis. Taillou off his left foot.
There's not enough space down there. There's just no space for anybody to work with. The Sockers.
Leo. So much skill. Leo's broken Farber out again. Just wide.
Elected to go first time again. Put it just wide. I think that time it might have been the right decision. Thought he was going to wrong foot tilt there. He almost got it on. But what a great play there by Leo, getting the ball back, fighting through with that great ball handling of his, and then feeding through the angle to Farber.
Leonardo is having a game and a half. It's like he missed the first 2 games, so he wants to have 3 games in 1.
It's good to have him back for quality and for entertainment value.
Cisse, long run, got it back. Under 4:20 to go in the third. Topete, nice little turn. And that ball squirts wide. Now Pardo is out in danger, but Escoto can save things. And how about the clever cut as Hernandez thought the ball was going up the wall. Cerda as well, moving Jermaine Jones' feet there.
That's got to feel good.
Escoto. And never mind, just a World Cup defender, but I got to move his feet. Serra. Pardo has a man behind him, but he got across the red line. Now he can send it forward. Cisse jumped in front of that one. And the Fury are going to try and bring it out of the back with Tepete.
It should be said, as a defensive midfielder, nonetheless, the scorer of one of the great, not just U.S. World Cup goals, but one of the great World Cup goals over the last 2 or 3 editions of the great tournament that is the FIFA World Cup. Jermaine Jones, that equalizer against Portugal in Manaus back in the 2014 World Cup. Oh, could watch that a million more times.
That goal's been talked about a long time. The only goal will be talked about more than that is David Marver scoring for Team New Media. That will be talked about forever.
San Diego Talk Radio Monday morning and Monday afternoon.
Should be fun.
Don't be lit, as the kids say, as the new media types say, even the old media.
Jones
don't be lit.
Escoto got in the way. Wall pass. Serta's there. Leo works around.
Escoto in the center. Oh!
And we've got the 2 hands on the floor. Jermaine Jones is down.
Well, is he going to give the foul here? Because there was no whistle. Jones went down hurt. So they blow this dead right as Escoto.
Yeah, that's interesting. And that's why Serta is furious.
Oh, man. That's unfair.
And Phil Salvaggio, 2 palms to the sky. Diego Arriaga, hype man of the bench, is furious. Pollo says, why'd you wave it off? What are you doing?
Oh, that's unbelievable. I mean, as soon as you let it go that far, you got to just let it go completely. Let the chance play through there. But instead, no goal scoring opportunity for Escoto after he did everything right and got into the perfect space.
Here's Cesar Romero trying to turn to face. Lifts this one for Escoto over the shoulder. Brandon plays it into the right corner. Escoto steps on the ball, bends it out. Kyrell could read that pass but could not control it. And instead of a counterattack, it's merely a resumption for San Diego. With under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter, a scoreless quarter so far. A meg of Tayu by Piffer. And then as Luis went down, the whistle sounded. 14-6, the official shot count up on the scoreboard in favor of San Diego. 4-0 is the goal score. As mentioned earlier, this is just not the run of play we saw last year between these two teams. Good steal. This could be a chance. It's Abreu. De Abreu! The save off the hip of Pardo. Escoto battling for the ball in the corner. Came away with it. Well done by Escoto. McNeely steps up and Brandon is back on it with under 90 to play in the quarter. Sockers have scored twice in the last 30 seconds. They did it in the last 30 seconds of the first, the last 30 seconds of the second. Leo's probably going to have one more shift to try and do it again. Here's Pollo. McNeely trying to stay in front of him. Pittman finding Romero just wide.
Just didn't sit up for him. I don't know how he didn't get a shot off there.
Energy carried him too far through into the corner. Tayu poked off by Pino. Final minute. McNeely fires it well wide, hit the base of the boards and flattened out. A roller back to Pino, right up the middle of the park. Here comes Pino. Pino, fourth touch. Stops, ball settles. It's Slav. Slav who's got one tonight. Kyrell steps up on him. Slav was slightly out of balance there. Listen, Leo has scored twice in the last 30 seconds. I would just put Leo on the field right now. One way or another and see if it happens again. But looks like he will not get the chance. This ball was a long roller to the middle. Pittman tracked it down. Slav's making a run. 20 seconds to play. Here's Pee-wee. Pee-wee stutter step. Pee-wee finds Slav. Slav stops and waits. Back to Pee-wee. Here's the shot. Deflected post left. Pittman with under 8. Almost a super lucky break. Pee-wee goes for it again, and that one's out of play with 1.8 left. So it looks like a scoreless quarter, Nate.
Well, maybe. Travis P's saying, I'll sneak in and grab one here with 1.8. It's got to be quick, though. Got to be some proper pinball stuff here.
I think Pee-wee's just going to run on this, and Slav's going to poke it to him.
Nothing elaborate.
And there it is. And there's the shot. Kicked away by Holloman. It got past Toth. Pittman shot just after the whistle. 15 off and 45 complete. Now from Pechanga Arena, San Diego. A scoreless third quarter brings the Sockers 15 minutes from victory. 4-0 Sockers over the Fury on MASL TV.
Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
The proud son of an immigrant father, John Hernandez found his own path through a field of smoke. John found his fighting spirit in one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, a job few are willing to do. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
It's Paulina Salazar, your preferred real estate agent for the San Diego Sockers. I would love the opportunity to show you guys what I could bring to the table as far as real estate goes. So please do not hesitate to shoot me a text or a phone call.
Time for the fourth quarter from Pechanga Arena, San Diego, the historic home of the San Diego Sockers. A two-match home weekend for San Diego. 15th this Sunday, Solis de Sonora. Then, 1 week after, Nate Abarea, it is trading card giveaway night, the Sockers annual holiday game. Sunday, December 22nd, when the Sockers take on the Stars. It's a 5 o'clock kickoff. Enjoy the sounds of the season as organist Bobby Cressy makes his season debut. Take a picture with Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus, and then we'll line your stockings with our first set of brand new Sockers trading cards while supplies last. So make sure to join us and join us early on Sunday, December 22nd. Get your trading cards and root on the Sockers. Tickets at 866-799-GOAL or Sockers.com.
I don't know if I was supposed to read that, but
I don't know. I handed it to you, and then you just Vanna Whited it.
And then I Vanna Whited the whole thing, crushed it.
You did a great job.
And you solved the puzzle. You did a really good job. I think that was just a fine example of teamwork.
Let me tell you something, folks. And you'll see more of it on social media as we continue. But these trading cards Travis Peterson has created, Mr. Punk Rock Paint, the man who made our game day posters, the man who made the media game logo.
Yep.
It's one of the best giveaways the Sockers have ever given away, and I mean ever. Every one of these cards looks exactly like a 1987 Topps. And it's got the little cartoon on the back and the bubblegum card stats. And every pack will come with an autographed, a genuine, authenticated autographed Sockers card as well. So
Brilliant.
Make sure you get it. And that's one of 2 packs we're giving away. It's a 2-series giveaway. The first is December 22nd. The second will be February 12th against the Baltimore Blast. So you want to collect them all, as they say on Pokemon. Here's Christian Gutierrez. Wrestling match, and he comes away with the ball. Time is on their side. The Sockers, they just want to see that clock continue to drain and to keep the life out of the Ontario Fury, who sensed the first quarter physicality was a lot of negative energy and complaint. There hasn't been a lot of life since. Here comes Stinson trying to change all that right now. And a foul will set up a straightaway free kick and a good opportunity for the Ontario Fury.
And it's going through Stinson. I'll tell you what, with this Ontario team this year, I think it's going to be one of those things where it's going to be one guy's night as the season rotates. It's going to have to be a different star. Maybe it's Stinson in this fourth quarter for Ontario to get him back in this game, because it's not Taiyu or Jones tonight. It really hasn't been. Is this going to be top of the arc?
It is. That's the first signal we saw on the field. It is top of the arc. Second free set piece from the top for the Ontario Fury this evening. McNeely, the big left footer. It'll be Stinson instead. Pardo.
What a stop.
On the punch. First minute gone. Taiyu. Deep position for a moment. Rolled it out, McNeely. Redistributes. De Abreu. And there was Serra.
Taiyu furious it didn't come to him.
Chance with numbers. This ball pinballs. Now Childs. Now Farber. Now Farber wide. Trying yet again. Serra looking for his 5th assist. I think he should have gone for his first goal. Seen some spirited counterattacks tonight, and Brian Farber has had 3 chances now to come in on Chris Toth. Kyrell gets a burst. Ball deflected around. Taiyu throwing a couple of arms. Pardo is there to glove it. Serra to Aguirre. This is the first match of the year for the Ontario Fury. We heard player coach Nick Pereira say a couple weeks ago in Tacoma, those first matches can be tough. The Sockers do agree with that as general sentiment. But one team does look like a team that's been playing longer than the other tonight. Leo, how about this? In for Pollo. Pollo has the double team dispossess him, and it comes out. It's Leo. It's Leo off the corner of crossbar and post. Trying again, De Oliveira.
Inches from a hat trick.
Give and go. The 1-2 did not develop. And Toth is there. Fourth quarter action. 12:22 on the clock. 4-0 San Diego. Here's Frank Taiyu in his Fury debut. Holloman deflected, and there in the middle was Piffer right on the spot. Make that Leo, pardon me, right on the spot to knock that ball away. Could have been dangerous. Cisse. Juan Carlos Gonzalez, shot blocked. Pollo, high in the air. Everyone's going for it. Pittman brings it down for a moment. Taiyu steps around and takes. Taiyu, down they go. Taiyu and Aguirre, they call it on Emmanuel.
You see the replay here, Craig. The takedown for the foul here.
Yeah.
In the end of it, going both ways.
And they were. Taiyu was slightly off balance when the Aguirre contact
There's a
happened.
shot.
Here's a De Abreu blocked by Pollo. And look at Iram Ruiz to dig the ball out as well. It's one thing to block the shot. It's another to do the hard work. Leo. Space in the middle. Leo. Second touch, Leo. Fourth touch, Leo. Rolls it in, and Toth is down to the hip. Youth soccer club's gone over to join the deep end. We always invite the kids to come over and sing and dance in the fourth quarter. Joseph Kyrell. Over to Evan McNeely. Holloman. Now Stinson. Stinson trying to bring that ball down. Works it with the sole of his right foot. Stepping in is Pee-wee. Again, in close quarters. Pee-wee Ortega. Seems like he grows a foot. Now, ball up in the air, and there's Pee-wee again.
Or maybe, I'm going to kind of one-up this here and flip it on its head. Maybe he gets even smaller. You know what I mean?
Yes.
What I was saying earlier, that low center of gravity, I've never seen someone use it better than him.
DeBray Holloman finding Evan McNeely. 1-2 pass, looking for Holloman. Instead, it's back to Pardo to punt. Just got it inside the wall. Well done. Squirts out to Toth. Escoto on pressure. Good triangle passing to get out of it, but McNeely must chase down this loose one.
And whether it's Pee-wee, Pollo, Escoto, the Sockers have got so many of those characters, those quote-unquote little guys who will scrap with you and show off every bit of strength that they got. And let's be honest, it is a little bit more impressive when it's those guys getting in the mix of it, getting into the physicality. A guy that doesn't have a big frame and the ability to just go in with ease and start bodying people, knowing what it takes for those guys to get in those scraps. It's mighty impressive.
Pollo to Childs, who's a silent partner in tonight's affair. Here's Pollo. Pollo doing it all. How many times have we seen a game where Craig Childs has a double bagel 50 minutes in, and San Diego's just in smooth control?
How many scoreless second halves have we seen?
Not kidding. There's a little nudge and a quick restart for San Diego. The Sockers have to love this. While some fans might be like, well, where's the energy? The Sockers have taken the energy out of this match for Ontario. Now Farber again, lurking, shooting on the near post. Toth is there to easily clean it out, but then the ball hit the official. Unfortunate for Ontario. Hernandez gets it back. Ball don't lie.
It was really the objective during practice this week, and Phil talked about it. Salvaggio talked about it at halftime with Melissa May, saying we preach defense all week. It's really focused in on our defensive shape, and they've showed it.
Under 9 left now. Tayu turning, skipping, and scoring. And the dream of Boris Pardo's first professional shutout will have to wait for another day, as Frank Tayu does indeed get his in acrobatic fashion.
He gets it in acrobatic fashion. He had to do a lot. Maybe he gets fortunate with the bounce, but one chance, one very special forward, a striker with oh so much quality. And as we see again, perhaps a bit fortunate with the Super Bowl bounce there, much to the chagrin of Boris Pardo. But he knew what he was doing, keeping it low, driving it into the ground. That's what can happen when you do that with that type of technique. And he got the bounce, and the Fury have got their goal. Now they need 3 more to tie this thing up.
Romero right on Toth. Got that shot away, though, with pace.
That would have been a response.
That would have been. And now I expect things to open up a little bit again, as the Fury have to go, go, go. Pittman knocked that one out of bounds. Tayu, how hard is that to hit the top of the ball down to get the bounce and to do it in that split second? It's just the pure reaction of a pure goal scorer. Now he wants to. Tayu back to Charlie, muffed that. Serna.
Great little layoff by Tayu there. Nothing comes of it.
He's got Romero open to Sescoto. Double step over for Brandon. Then the stop and go with the sole of the foot. Drew the double team. Came out of it and shot wide. You do have teammates, but Brandon, sometimes your solo work is something to watch.
Oh, man, oh, man.
Pino's pressured by Tayu. Pardo got away. Last second. There's a lovely flick. Now here comes Pee-wee. Pee-wee angles past Charlie. Pee-wee! The hand of Toth.
Well, you said the game was going to open up, Craig. I didn't expect it to open up like this. This has just been the parting seas for the last couple of minutes for both sides. Look at this.
Wide open. Tayu, chance. Tayu, soul roll. Brought himself in too deep for now. He's looking to lay it off. Tayu draws the double. Sends it with the back heel into the corner. One of the newcomers to the Fury and youngsters making his MASL debut, Christian Alvarado, number 18. Hasn't played much, playing some now in the second half. 7 minutes to play in a 3-goal match. It's Michael and De Abreu. A lot of the Sockers think very highly of that number 21. Nestor Hernandez now. Nestor, hard off the wall. Pino, low header that one hops toward the Cowboy.
We haven't seen Jermaine Jones in quite a bit in this game.
Officials timeout. Let's take it with them. 6:47, we bring you the stretch run next. 4-1 Sockers. On Sunday, December 29th, the Sockers will take you to a galaxy far, far away. It's our first ever official Lucasfilm Star Wars night. The Sockers will be dressed in Star Wars themed jerseys for the first time in franchise history. Those jerseys will be auctioned off to benefit the San Diego Food Bank. Plus, enjoy Star Wars characters on the concourse in the field. Star Wars themed activity all night long, the sights and the sounds as the Sockers battle the dark side, also known as the Soles de Sonora. Get your tickets now for one of the most special nights of the year. Star Wars Night, December 29th. Call 866-799-GOAL or go to sockers.com and get your tickets today.
Favorite Star Wars character, Craig? I know you're a bit of a Star Wars buff. Favorite character?
So I think from the original trilogy, we're going to go Han. And from right now,
Baby Yoda?
It's Baby Yoda.
It's got to be Baby Yoda.
Obviously Baby Yoda. I mean, there's just no question it's Baby Yoda. So,
classic trilogy, C3 and R2. Can't get enough of C3PO and R2D2. As far as the new age goes, I'm with you. We talk about Depeche Mode a lot on these broadcasts and on Soccer's Overtime podcast. And to be quite frank, when it comes to Baby Yoda, I just can't get enough.
there it is. There it is.
It ties all together.
Farber sees the wave of pressure arrive. Cerda. Those are those little plays that matter so much. It would be so easy for a less skilled man to clear that out for a top of the arc defensive clearance, and instead Cerda, the left-footed banana bend to the middle of the field. Back onto the attacker, the Fury.
Oh, lovely touch from Stinson. That was...
Stinson's been the best player for Ontario tonight. Cisse. Out to McNeely. Hernandez. That's Cisse in the corner as the deep end keeps it going. Keeps the energy high. Leo keeps the skill high. It's been high. Nestor Hernandez at last able to wall him off. Leo should have been off that play several seconds before, but his skill kept him in it. McNeely. That one got touched by Leo on the way in. Maybe didn't help as much as he hoped. Turning try! Stinson left-footed just wide. Bumps down Piffer and the whistle sounds.
Hey, so I want to go back to something. Right as we were going to break there, I just kind of casually mentioned that we hadn't seen Jermaine Jones for a while, and I was looking at the bench going, where is he? And he was actually in the locker room receiving some kind of treatment, and right as we were going to break there, Jones re-emerged from the tunnel and is back with the Ontario team now, and I think ready to come back into this game, but we shall see.
Childs lays it off to Cerda and gets it back. Escoto working on the left wing. Escoto flicks it into the left corner. Sliding down Holloman. Escoto steps in. Escoto with two around. Somehow the little man got his foot on the ball and held it. And Cerda now working the wall. Working the wall still. Stopped at the edge of the crease and kept the ball alive. Clever. This one pinballs out. Childs gets a touch. Childs gets another. He gets a shot away, and Holloman gets the block, and Piffer is able to head it down. We're under 5 minutes to play now in this match. It's time for the final 5 minutes. Brought to you by Califino Tequila. Enjoy the fino things in life. Final 5 minutes. Sockers want it to be uneventful with some celebration at the end. The Fury want to make a lot of noise in a little bit of time. Childs chunked that crossing pass. Didn't quite get his foot on it the way he wanted. Toth will settle it down. At this point, should Toth come up and attack, he'll call timeout. Jimmy Nordberg, the head coach of the Ontario Fury, is thinking right along with me up here in the booth, Nate, in terms of, do you go sixth attacker? Do you bring Toth up to attack? What is the game plan for the Fury here?
Well, I want to know if Jermaine Jones is all right, because he's out on the Ontario bench right now, and it doesn't look like he's going to be coming back into this game. But he did come back to the bench.
He did. But he's just sitting on it. He's not even joining his teammates in the huddle. He's just hanging out.
Some disappointment on his face, and I can hope just for the good of the league, really, speaking to the MASL, hope that there's no long-term injury.
I can tell you,
Jones.
And I'm just reporting what I know. We certainly know what we don't know for Jermaine and tonight, which is everything. I do know that the very first night, I mean literally the first night, September 28th, that the Team USA was in Perth, and they had a little night training. And that night, in the very first warm-up and kick-around, Jermaine Jones tried to do the fancy play where you reach behind your back with the foot and kind of bring your foot up at head level. You can totally see me do that.
I was watching
you all the time.
Brilliant.
And he tweaked his hammy on that action. And while he played for Team USA in Australia, I don't ever think he was 100 in terms of his health. So I don't know if there's a reoccurrence, an aggravation, or if it's something completely different and unrelated. Just throwing it out there, and we'll see. And indeed, here comes Chris Toth, acting as his own sixth attacker. Now he's off, and there's a real sixth attacker. Once they got to midfield, and it's Juan Carlos Charlie Gonzalez to McNeely. So sixth attacker with 4 minutes left. And Pardo makes the save on the straightaway shot. Diabreu back to Gonzalez. Nobody in the net on the right side of your screen. Here's Joseph Kyrell back to Charlie. McNeely down to the corner now. And well sold by Michael Diabreu.
Just kind of stood his ground.
Yeah. Pino tried to step around him here, Nate.
We'll see here. I think this is a good job. I got with the ball. I saw it in the corner of the screen there, holding his ground as the challenge came in.
Big moment in the dwindling minutes. Tayu is going to call the timeout. So that cleans the Fury timeout bank out for the second half. Leonardo de Oliveira at 14:44 of the first quarter. First sending McNeely right, then left, dribbling from his left to his right foot, back to his left, and shooting left-footed off the left post, off the back of Chris Toth, and off the right post and in to make it 1-0. That was pure artistry, but even that had to take a back seat to goal number 2, currently our leader for the Calafino top shot of the night, which was Slavica Ubaperapovic, floating one over the shoulder of Chris Toth. We see these highlights. The Leo goal. Snuck that thing through a mail slot.
Magic.
Leo
magic.
And you see it again, and Evan McNeely says, "Can you please stop playing this?" But we're going to show it a couple more times.
Ice skates.
So that's a choice. We'll show you Slav a little later, perhaps. Here comes Tayu. He'll step over. Here's McNeely. He'll shoot. Blocked by Farber. The wall holds firm. 3:35 to play. 4-1 Sockers. Sockers have not scored in the second half. Back to McNeely and across to Juan Carlos Gonzalez. Kyrell back to Charlie. Kyrell bombs it high and wide. McNeely will settle it down with 3:15 to play. Here comes Gonzalez across to McNeely again. Tayu's in the middle, hoping to get a pass. Kyrell on the wing, accepts. There's Tayu. Steps, turns, cuts, shoots, score! Oh! No goal!
Oh,
goal
wow.
post, right post, no goal. Michael Diabreu denied. Let's see it again.
We're going to get a real quick look here. Get back as action's still going. It's going to be tough to tell from this angle. I don't know if it ever went in.
I don't think it did.
I don't think it did.
I don't think it did. Wow.
Good look from our TVX crew there. As
great job, TVX.
Ontario keeps going.
Yeah, handball on Ruiz. Handball on Ruiz. Could see it from the top row of the north side of the Pechanga Arena, San Diego.
Unlucky.
That was crazy.
And Ontario get there.
Should be 4-2. Tayu tries to curve it, and he sent that one into the sand trap. 2:36 to play in the fourth.
Toth's coming back in.
Sockers possess, and Toth comes in. He'll probably run off if the Fury get across midfield. This long ball, headed by Pee-wee, loose into the corner. Cisse, look out. Toth couldn't touch. Pee-wee chipped it off the wall, and it did not take the funny angle to get in. Here's John Tepete. 2:20 to play. Nice move to clean out Childs. That allows Toth to get to the bench. Back to 6 attackers. Here's McNeely. That shot blocked by a sliding Pee-wee. Pee-wee flicks it out to midfield. Pee-wee is having such a good game. He has not scored tonight, and he's one of maybe the 3 best Sockers tonight. 2 minutes to play. in the final 5 minutes, brought to you by Calafino Tequila. Enjoy the fino things in life. Little bonus for the boss. Back to McNeely. High middle, Juan Carlos Gonzalez. Tiptoe pass, Taiu. Kept it moving to McNeely. Back to the high middle. Oh, nice touch. Charlie to the corner. Oh, sliding is Pardo. He stops it twice. Taiu! Oh, Pardo best for last. 3 great saves in a row. Under 90 seconds to play.
Such good stuff from everybody involved over these last 20 seconds or so.
McNeely blocked wide. Out of play.
What a series of saves there. What a sequence from Boris Pardo. Ontario are going to restart things quickly. McNeely
scores on the deflection.
And after all that, that's how they get the goal.
With 6 attackers, McNeely gets his first of the year.
Well, we're going to see after that incredible triple save sequence from Boris Pardo, it's the brutal deflection off of Guerrero Pino that gets it past the Sockers netminder in the green top. And it's 4-2, and the Fury not going away quietly.
Unlucky, but Pardo had luck and skill in the past couple minutes. There could be 2 more goals in this net, Nate. Let's be honest about it.
Yeah.
Tapete picks up an assist in his Fury return. Another look.
We're going to see
at this sequence of saves.
Final
1 and
save
2
here. Watch Taiu knock Childs off here, and this turn from Taiu. That save from Boris Pardo, knocking it up on the bar. And let's just imagine that the team that they're going against didn't just score a goal a few seconds later. But when you see that in a quick highlight later, it out of context will still hold. It's just a fine display of soccer goalkeeping. It was a great, great save in the end of it. But really, the first 2 were almost just as good.
4-2. And again, looking at this crazy sequence. That looked like an automatic goal.
That save on the ground from Pardo. And then that last one on the swinging right-footed attempt of the king, Frank Taiu, who has one tonight. He's hoping to have a few more. He's had a few more than 1 chances in this game. But unfortunately, it's only the 1 goal for Frank Taiu.
I think that was a really smart timeout by Phil Salvaggio.
Yeah.
You know, the Sockers need to stay settled down because this is still one of those situations you feel like, you know, they're 98% going to win this match, but 1 wobble could change everything because you can see how the ball can take a random bounce. The long throw out, and it comes down to Farber. Here's the 4th try for Farber. Over to Pollo, and he smacks it high off of the frame. Final minute. Pressure from the Sockers. They're not going to sit back, and we appreciate that. Here's Cisse. Stepping out McNeely, stepping off Toth, stepping on Charlie Gonzalez. 39 seconds to play.
Taiu back in as well.
Juan Carlos Gonzalez, Stinson, Taiu, tipped off, whacked off of the corner boards, and then high off of the face. Inadvertent, McNeely space, McNeely shoots! Off the Kaiser Permanente logo, 20 seconds. Stinson off the wall, Pino nudges it out. Juan Carlos Gonzalez shoots off of the hand of Farber with 13.3 left. McNeely, left wing, tip, blocked out of there by Cerda, 10 seconds left. Juan Carlos Gonzalez, turning try, Stinson is high and wide.
And there it is.
Should be the end of this one.
I love this from Boris Pardo saying, let's celebrate, lads. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, let's celebrate. This is a big win. This is a team win, a solid team win for the San Diego Sockers, Craig Elston.
Pardo throws it out and gets the bounce that he needed on the top of the wall to clean out the clock. Full time, from San Diego, California. The Fury pull a couple back in the fourth. Too little, too late. The early first half Leo show. Some brilliant net minding by Boris Pardo late. And a 4-2 finish means the Sockers have taken down the Fury again. San Diego now, after that winning record at 2-1. While the Fury, as we look at our Calafino top shot of the night, oh yeah, it had to be Slavica Ubaperapovic with a gorgeous chip. Left-footed, oh so soft and silky, right into the back of the net from Leonardo de Oliveira. We see it one more time, the Leo cut. And the split-second decision. You've got a world-class keeper right in front of you. What do? How about the cheekiest shot possible to score? Congrats, Slav, first recipient of the Calafino top shot of the night. You can enjoy a top shot of Reposado, Añejo, or Extra Añejo tequila. Just go visit calafinotequila.com and get your bottle today. The Sockers win it 4-2. Melissa May is standing by, looking for a post-game guest momentarily.
Should be Slavica Ubaperapovic.
I think Slav would be an excellent choice, and I agree with you. I mean, it could be Leo, but then we'll just have to see Melissa's Portuguese. Here comes Slav right now. You nailed it, Nate. Slavica Ubaperapovic, Melissa May downstairs.
And your first time experiencing the Ontario. So, Slav, you can only score your first goal as a soccer once. Tell me how you are feeling after you got your first home soccer goal.
It feels good. You know, I missed the first opportunity that Brendan played me, but I had to make sure I finished the second one, and luckily it went in. So it felt good.
Speaking of first, this was your first time experiencing what is the rivalry of the Ontario Fury and the Sockers. How did this experience play out?
It was a tough game. They're a tough opponent, and it was a hard-fought battle all the way to the end. And I'm glad we came on top, but we put in a good work, and we had a couple of weeks of good practice, so I'm glad we came on top. But I'm looking forward to playing them a couple of times this year.
Well, it definitely seems like whatever you're doing in practice is clicking, because offense tonight looked really solid. What were the major changes you made?
We're a deep team, and then adding Leo to our roster as it is to already, like I said, deep roster was just another tremendous player that it's so easy to play with. So his addition to our team and the chemistry that we already have with him through our practicing was great. So I'm happy he's back.
Now, you obviously only have 1 day of rest until you face off against Sonora on Sunday. How do you take this momentum from tonight's game and bring it into Sunday's matchup?
Well, we know Sunday's going to be another good match. It's another good team. We got a treatment tomorrow. Then we got to get ready for Sunday, get back to it again, and give this crowd what they want to see.
Thanks, Slav. Congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you, Slavica Ubaperapovic. Thank you, Melissa May, who is Natalie attired in the Sockers beanie that you can pick up yourself, dear viewer. On Sunday's match, that's our giveaway, the Merrill Lynch Sockers beanie to everyone in attendance. And Nate, some closing thoughts on this Sockers' second straight win.
I want to go back to that chat between Slav and our own Melissa May there. Slav said the best thing tonight was having Leo, and his goal was assisted by Leonardo de Oliveira. That beautiful chip that you saw, that beautiful highlight reel moment there from Slav, that was assisted by Leo, who had scored the first goal, a beauty in its own right, to christen the scoreboard tonight for 1-0. But that 2-0 tally for Slav, who was assisted by Leo. Leo got that second goal just before halftime to make it 4-0. And who assisted that goal? None other than Slavica Ubaperapovic. And I feel like that moment in the interview with Melissa was very much the same vibe as the celebration of that fourth goal scored by Leo, where they just looked at each other going, we can just do this for each other the whole season? Like, let's keep this thing rolling. I like you, you like me. We do good things for all of our teammates, our coaching staff, the crazy broadcasters up top, and most importantly for these fans in attendance. They love these guys, and I'll tell you what, the Leo-Slav combination, we joked about Slav Skoto on the Sockers Overtime podcast. In all reality here, in all honesty, the Slavica Ubaperapovic, Leonardo de Oliveira combo, seeing those guys play together, I think those are two guys who won't get in each other's way. I think that's sometimes the thing with high-level scoring players and attacking players. We've talked about it with this Ontario team, is they're There's only one ball to go around.
Right.
Can guys actually combine? Is there almost too much individual star power? I think with the Slav-Leo situation, you have two bona fide star players of the MASL, but I can't wait to see how that cohesion, that two-man game develops this season between Leo and Slav. You can already tell they're enjoying themselves, playing with each other, setting each other up for goals, and both with some fine moments. And what a cute little moment here.
Yeah, how about Melissa just hanging out with Tovar's little Iho out there? It's some good stuff. Well, that's going to bring a close to tonight's festivities. What a night, San Diego. And this is what it's all about, folks. From the sock toss to the media halftime game to the Leonardo de Oliveira and Slavisa Uba Parapovic show. We had a lot on the plate, and it was our pleasure and privilege to bring it to you tonight.
Go on.
On MASL TV. We do so courtesy of our director, Andrew Leadham, our producer, Randall the Slizzer. Sliz.
Go on, Sliz.
And the rest of our amazing TVX crew.
And we'll do it again in 2 days' time.
Yeah, we'll just be right back here with you. Sunday, 5 o'clock, Celeste Sonora, coming in on Beanie Night for what should be a high-scoring affair. And we will see you here then. Until then, for Melissa May, for Nate Abarea, this is Craig Elston, reminding you of our final score from San Diego. Leo scored a brace with an assist as the Sockers beat the Fury 4-2. Until Sunday, so long from America's finest city.